Hey, what's going on, good people? This is Tori with Dating Right, back at you once again with a new video. And in this particular reaction video, I want to be talking about what everyone seems to be talking about, the Smiths. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, of course, everyone has been in the Smiths business for years now. I think ever since they got together years ago. People they have always stayed in the press. They went from being idolized to being almost, disgraced in the news now. It's crazy. But they made headlines. Will Smith recently said in the news that there has never been infidelity in his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith. Even though I think in 2020 there was this whole entanglement thing, that scandal that Jada went through in the news with the R&B singer August Alsina. So I see everybody talking about it, so I wanted to add my 2 cents on it. So I'm not gonna waste your time. Be sure and please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Let's get into this breakdown.
You both have talked very candidly. It's a very famous story, infidelity in the marriage, and how you navigated that time.
There's never been infidelity in our marriage.
Never been infidelity in the marriage?
Never. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever.
Okay, so you just listened to what Will had to say, and is making such a big fuss in the news as of late. And my biggest issue with this situation is Will Smith is saying what it is. Everybody know what this is. They are in an open marriage. They are poly. They live a poly lifestyle. This is a pretty much of an open marriage. These people has been telling us this for years. But mostly I see that people have been coming at Will Smith with the whole Austin thing. I've been wanting to get this off my chest. But people been making these jokes and memes on Will Smith like, oh, Jada out here embarrassing him, and Will out here looking like a simp, Will out here looking like, oh, like, you gotta understand something. He has been over his wife Jada for years. He has talked about the fact that I think on the Red Table Talk, he said that he was done with her. He wanted a divorce. I don't think he was ever pressed about the August situation. As far as Jada dating the young man, I think Will talked about the fact that he met August at one point. He was at the house. So it's like, I didn't never catch on to the fact of everybody was, pretty much joning Will Smith for, once this, the entanglement thing came out last year. It was like this big thing of joking. I don't think Will cared. And the reason why I say I don't think Will cared is you guys got to understand that Will Smith has been linked to some of the most beautiful women in the world. Will has always been doing his thing. He was doing his thing back when him and Jada first met, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly now. But Will has been linked to several high profile women in LA and in Hollywood. Like, you can go, I'm not going to call out no names, but you can go look it up yourself. People been talking about this for years. Will has been linked to all types of women in Hollywood. He's the top guy in Hollywood, has always been. So for people to go to clowning and making a big deal about, oh, Jada's embarrassing him and making him look bad and making him look like a simp. Will Smith ain't looking like no simp. Will Smith is still that guy. You know what I mean? Behind closed doors, Will Smith is still that guy. He talked about the fact that he was done with Jada on the Red Table Talk. He was pretty much done with her. Jada made the point that you can be done with me all you want. We not getting no divorce. At one point, she was even saying, hey, you go on one side of the house, I'll be on the other side of the house. That's how big their house is, of course. But she was, I don't think she was joking or just saying that as some joke. They both live in an open lifestyle, poly lifestyle. And what people need to understand is people do this every day. Married people, you can go check out the Lead Attorney YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel where he talk about, he's a divorce lawyer of 20 years, and he talk about the fact that if people only knew what, Atlanta married couples do, then to keep the spice in their relationship, to keep things going, they go to wild parties together, some are swingers, people live all kind of lifestyle. A lot of marriages are open, but this is the stuff that people don't talk about. and it's almost looked at as, oh, this is a hot mess. They just, out here wild and being nasty. You also got to remember that Will Smith back in the day was a wild boy. I mean, him and Dwayne Martin used to hang out, and I think at that time a lot of people was making the jokes about him and Dwayne Martin being gay or bi. I don't know anything about that, but come to find out, Dwayne Martin was just a Hollywood plug for all the hot women in Hollywood. He had all the girls. Remember when Lisa Ray was talking about her husband that she married, the prince? He was a prince or something of some island, and he started hanging out with Dwayne Martin, and she was pissed when she found out what they was hanging out really doing. Oh, Dwayne Martin was the plug. He know every A-list actress out there, every hot woman in LA. It's gonna be some partying with women. So Will been doing this thing, and I want to bring up the point too that Jada, she would never give him a divorce. I mean, what do you do? What do you do when you married to a woman, you worth, $100 million, and she won't divorce you? And you guys got to remember, they got married in California. She got 2 kids with him. Oh, she taking him to the bank. Oh, I wish I'm not even gonna get into that, but you know how the saying goes. Sometimes it's just cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. So, I really, I look at Will a little different than a lot of these men out here look at Will. A lot of these red pill guys. I'm black pill, blue pill. You can call me a simp. I don't care. But, you just got to be, you got to play your cards for what it is sometime. Now, if I'm a Will Smith, I'm in an open relationship with my wife, and we on a major level. I need her for appearances to show up. People like the Will and Jada brand. Why would I break this up? If she's on one end of the house, I'm on the other end. If I can go travel with my girlfriends, or do my thing, what's the issue? People need to realize that, and this is something Kevin Samuels talk about, the fact that people don't look at marriage like a business, and you should. Stop going into these marriages looking for somebody to be your best friend, to fulfill you in life. Marriage is a contract of business. It's just like any other thing. Jada is a good mother to his kids. Has she been perfect? No. But at the same time, those kids, she's a good mom. She handled business behind the scene. I think they got a production company together where they make movies. It's, some company they got, but it's a good partnership. So I think, if anything, Will is mostly upset that Jada let some stuff leak out in the press. That stuff got out there in the press, and it put his name in a bad light. He's not looking like the Will Smith of Bad Boys, or that bad boy image of being the cool dude, because most men, not me, looking at him like, oh man, she playing you, she embarrassing you out here in these streets. You look like an old sucker. Man, you think we'll care about what y'all think about that man protecting his pot, his money? It's cheaper to keep her. Jada Pinkett will take him to the cleaners. You remember what happened to Michael Jordan when at his first divorce? I forgot the lady name. His first wife. She Clint Mike out. I think Mike had to pay her $250 million. Like, come on, man. It's just cheaper to keep her. We growing old. All of us getting along. And that's the problem, I think, with this generation. They so quick to run and get a divorce. And check this out, too. Once Jada Pinkett divorced Will Smith, you think her stock won't go down? You think she's still going to be looked at as the Jada, that chick? And what I mean by that, usually a woman will like to find a man of a higher caliber. They hypergamous. They would like to go up. Who is she going to find to replace a Will Smith? Where would she go for that? And let me put another little rub in here, because I see a lot of women out there telling me, oh, Jada just need to leave. She need to walk away, be a real woman, show her independence. You got to be kidding me. Jada ain't leaving no Will. Now, check this out. Only way Jada would have left Will, and, this is, makes me sad because Tupac was my guy. Now, if Tupac Shakur was still alive, Jada would have left Will.
Did you ever were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac? Oh, fuck yeah.
I thought you were gonna
Oh
say
my
no.
God, that dude. Let me, like, and you know, and that was in the early days.
Yeah.
That was in the early days, and it was like, that was a big regret for me too, because I could never open up to interact with Pac, you know, and because we had a little bit of a thing, right? Because they grew up together. And, you know, they loved each other, but they never had that, you know, they never had a sexual relationship. But they had come into that age where now that was a possibility. And then Jada was with me, you know. So, you know, Pac had a little thing on that. But she just loved him like he was the image of perfection. But she was with the Fresh Prince, you know. So it was like, I never could, like, even we were in a room together a couple times. I couldn't speak to him.
You want to know why Jada would have left Will? Because Tupac was the only man that could have surpassed Will Smith as far as acting, directing, and just being on that level. You guys remember Tupac Shakur as just a rapper or a little actor? Tupac would have been the man by now. That's why I don't really view a lot of today's top rappers or look at them like that, because for some of us 90s kids, we remember the fact that when Tupac and Biggie died, a lot of the competition in hip hop kind of lost. So people kind of gave the crown to Jay-Z and Nas and other rappers or whatever, calling them the kings and all that. It was like, yeah, you can kind of get it because the title was forfeited. You know what I mean? So I said all that to say that Tupac was the only person that would be on Will Smith level by now, and probably years ago. And that's why I say that that was the only way Jada would have divorced Will and gave him a divorce if Tupac was still alive. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure Tupac would have been divorced by now. I don't know, but I think they would have mashed back together because the love she had for Tupac was the only type of love that she can replace. And even Will talked about the fact that he don't think she ever loved him the way she loved Tupac. So, I said all that to say that she ain't just gonna leave no Will Smith. So what Will was supposed to do? Will Pryor wanted a divorce. Jada would never sign for it. Maybe, we don't know. Allegedly, but all this talk about Will being a simp, people embarrassing him. This don't look right. I don't think Will cares about that much. Will, I don't think he cares. To make this. I don't want to make this video too long, but. I just wanted to add my 2 cents on that and put another spin on it, because I feel like people just going over the top, riding Will Smith, bringing this man name in the dirt, rubbing it in the mud. When you on a movie star type of level, I don't think this stuff is uncommon in Hollywood and most other places around the country where wealthy people, married people, live a certain way. Like I said, I think the only thing that went wrong was Jada let it leak. Well, Austin was the one who exposed Jada Pinkett. So I think Will was anything like, you got to pick better side dudes. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that. I know we got some ladies listening, and we know we got some men listening. So drop down below. Let me know what you agree with and what you don't agree with. And I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.